So, let's just combine this blaze pat. Tell me it's not so. No! No! I have to get an entire another stack of blaze rods to go with this popped chorus fruit. No. So, what am I interested in for barter? We have the skulk blocks that I have already expressed an interest in. We have the gold, which is very, very useful for convincing my subjects to part with fire resistance potions, soul speed 3 boots, miscellaneous other stuff that I can sell in the shop, and convincing them to not murder me when I try to open up my chests. The bee nests, so that I can add a candle production to my industrial light and magic. And I feel like there should be a fourth thing, but I have no idea what it is, and I am too tired right now to figure it out. Can you believe that at 38 levels, I only have 2 diamonds worth of end rod goodies? I may need to adjust my prices. Or I can just get good. Let's just get good. And since I am a solid 80% certain this will not work, but I have just enough blaze heads to be really annoyed about it. Here we have a blaze wither. That could have been very bad if it did work, but I was right, it didn't. So it can just stay there watching my shop. Who's a good little wither? Of course, I have 38 levels now. Maybe I should do something with them. Tunnel of Pumpkin Love? Some very strange things have been happening around here. Hello, Bex. You ever have the feeling like you missed something? Good boy, I feel like I missed something. I have the distinct feeling I may not sell any bone blocks at my shop. I'm not going to take it out, though. I somehow do not have enough levels for this now. Since it is, finally, April 1st by the time within our server, it is time for me to go draw a name to be pranked. Now, I'm not going to read out loud exactly which name I got, so, future audience, you'll just have to read it in my inventory. You've read it? Good. And for reasons that may not be immediately obvious, it is time for me to acquire some kelp. That looks like some ocean over there. It might just be more swamp, but it looks like, potentially, just a little bit of ocean with kelp. Since I only need a seed crop of kelp, that's enough kelp. I'm done. We can go home now. And now, let's continue with my habit of procrastinating starting anything new by finishing up a project I know how to do, with finishing up my house to avoid figuring out how to start a prank. And I'm gonna have to do something with my portal under the stairs here. Possibly put in a little storage closet or something. But given that we have this passageway, this portal should probably be against that wall, and we should have something like a little bit of a room here. However, I am not working on room dividers right now. I am just putting in structural pillar. And I don't know yet what's going on with that wall, and I'm not going to solve what's going on with that wall until a lot later in this design process. And have no fear, this line will not be a permanent fixture in my house. I will clean that up eventually. But But in the meantime, let's increase the possible spawning spaces in my Hoglin farm. I swear that wasn't what this house was intended to be, but it is what it has become, and the pork chops are delicious. And since I need this to be divisible by 3, we do this in lumps of 3. Hello!
Hi, Aurora.
Hi, Jay.
How are you? You're looking rather normal today.
Why, thank you. It's the glamour.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
I just figured I'd pop by, say hello. Oh my gosh, wait, I just realized. Am I the color blue, Aurora?
Yes, you are.
I am? Oh my gosh, do you know what this means?
You're now blueberry?
No, but that's actually a pretty good guess. No, yeah, that's actually not what it means. Apparently, I've been reading these ancient texts recently. These ancient fairy... Ah, there's a piglin. I'm not wearing gold. Is it okay if I kill your friend over here?
Go ahead. I have already killed several piglin today.
Death to piglins. Okay.
They take
Anyway, before I was
offense.
rudely interrupted. Oh no, there's a hoglin.
Yeah, my house is full of terrors.
Ah, that's fun. That's fun. But apparently, I was reading ancient fairy texts, and they state that one day a donut will turn blue, and that donut will become the king of fairies.
To confirm, whatever group of fairies you will be king of has nothing to do with my court.
Oh, no. See, you're a fairy spelled F-A-E-R-Y.
Yep.
And I'm a fairy spelled F-A-I-R-Y. It's actually pretty distinct.
In which case, I will acknowledge you.
Yeah, basically, not even kind of similar. But yeah, apparently I'm the king of all fairies. It seems. I guess I never knew that it was gonna be me all along. Wow.
In which case, should I bow to you, O king of fairies?
Stop. No, keep it coming. Yeah, you should definitely bow to me. Now I fit in just like you. See, I can do it as well. I'm also good at that thing. That I will not name, because then I've learned recently that some people here, they own 4 different walls, right? And it's okay if you break the first 3 of them, but if you break the 4th wall, that's not okay. You can't break their 4th wall. No.
Yes, some people's 4th walls are remarkably fragile.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And of course, there are some things I will not verbally acknowledge.
Yeah.
Because if I say it out loud, then people might know it to be true.
Oh my god.
And I would like to have my plausible deniability.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's normally useful, I hear. Okay, well, yeah, I'm liking what you're doing with the place, although I don't know why you decide to live in such a scary climate.
Because I could. Why else?
Well, you know what? That's actually a really good point. That's a really good point. I hadn't thought about it like that before. Yeah.
And the pork chops are delicious.
To be fair, they really are. Although I kind of eat golden carrots more often.
To each their own.
Yeah, more easily accessible to me because I can just steal them from Rogue.
Well, it's been nice chatting with you.
Yeah, it's been nice. There we go. It's been nice seeing you. Bye.
Bye. Oh, what a charming young donut. And that is the first floor, more or less. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm doing with this wall, but as a temporary measure, let's put in these elements because I will need to have wall continuity at those points. And this is also the step when I need to consider where windows will be. Now, I think this lines up technically fairly poorly with the interior, but I really want to put a window in this particular wall panel lined up alongside the stairs. Grumble, grumble, mumble, mumble. Who designed this? Oh, wait. And there we go. Window. Yeah, I think that works as a window. At least from the outside. And I think it does work on the inside as well. It's a little weird, but it works. That was a few many piglin riding one hoglin, was it? What was going on over there? And yeah, if things had just lined up to be one block over, that would have perfectly aligned with the stairs instead of imperfectly. But that's just life, I guess. Or possibly that's just why you plan your builds out in advance and don't do what I'm doing. And of course we have two different types of corners. How do we handle this type? And how do we handle this corner? I think with this one, it's relatively simple. We just lay things out as per usual and add an extra warp slab there. That should work, but let's go check down here. Does it work? Because there is an order of magnitude difference between should and does. But I'll say I think that does work as well as that should work. But over here, we need to do some things differently, and one of those things differently is either lose or pick back up that trapdoor. I was hoping to pick it back up, but I will accept losing it. Because this needs to go here. Here we go. Extended by one block. There we go. I finally managed to catch something in the pit. What's my hopper doing there? And now let's see if we can put in one more strider pen on the other side of this lava lake so that I can use striders to get back home faster. Now I'm aware you don't like this, but it's only a little bit of time before we're out on the main lava lake again and we can enjoy ourselves. Have a nibble. You've earned it. Those are some interesting formations we've got going on here. But I think it looks like I can't follow this particular lava road back to anywhere other than my own base. And some nether fortresses. Disappointment. Does my back door, however, lead me to anywhere useful? Is that a strider riding a strider I see over here? Okay, yep, that's just a strider stack we've got going on. This is fine. I have the distinct feeling like I'm not making any progress back towards spawn. I'm just, procrastinating. Which means then I will need to make 2 strider pens at that other particular lava lake, of which... Huh, that's a bastion. That right there is a bastion. And this is open lava lake. I don't like it. Let's go home. Is there a reasonable path for people to actually climb here? Maybe not. Is there an unreasonable path for people to climb? Yes. Here, Strider. What is the proximity to a Strider before it notices that I have yummy fungus? Pretty darn close, actually. And ta-da, I have set up my Strider ways. There will be better Strider ways in the future, but right now, it's good enough. I decided to take a moment to explore the fortress right next door to my house, and that's an interesting formation right there. Also, I'm about to get shot by a blaze, but don't let that distract you from the fortress bastion we've got going on here. Which is very interesting and not what I was expecting to find it. Come on, Blaze. Come around the corner so I don't risk hitting the zombie piglet. Do you have to melee me? You... Rude. Can't a woman monologue in peace around here? I mean, obviously not, but rude. You ever start exploring your backyard and go, wow, I'm 100% certain a different player has been here? Because somebody has definitely been here. This is the most been here that I have ever seen a fortress be. What lunatic... Who does this? Who are you? What are you doing in my backyard? And, how many wither skeletons is that? But also, who are you? What are you doing here? Which player is living in my, has built a farm in my backyard? Because this is basically in my backyard. It's almost in line of sight of my house. My house is on the other side of that fortress. I mean, I don't object, I just might want them to pay tithe. Or something. Or just want to know. I think that's probably it. I just really want to know. Who is this? Who are you? Who have built it here? Besides the fact that my base is full of hoglins, I have the feeling like I have made one or more design mistakes. And this is the point where it's going to make my life easier rather than more complicated if I start building the roof. Because the shape of the roof helps a lot for governing what space is available in the third floor. For instance, if I want to put a room there on the third floor, the roof can't be directly above it. Also, my lovely streak of never dying to my house has been broken by an Enderman that insisted on being directly below me when I was building my walls. I was over here, laying out this wall. And so I'm working on along here, putting in blocks below me there. And then I have an Enderman standing directly below me, so I cannot help but make eye contact with him. And all in all, he was very annoying and very rude. So let's just relax for a bit with a nice, calming montage of hoglin hunting and house building before I lost my crown, as I admit that I have not actually finished my house before the end of this episode, as evidenced by the fact that this episode ends here, Goodbye, audience. I hope you stick around for when I actually do finish this house. And also for the shenanigans next episode that interrupted my house building.